Hello, welcome to Campfire Cooking. Today we're going to be making Farro Pilaf with beets and goat cheese and butterflied pork on the bone. I've already got my farro in the pot. I rinsed it off. I added chicken broth to the pot. We had a roast chicken the other night, and so I boiled down the bones, and that's the broth that we've got inside the pot right now. You don't need to use the chicken broth right off the bat. You can use chicken bouillon while the farro is halfway cooked. You can add that in after. So I've got the farro here in the pot. It's a bit steamy, but you can see that I've added my onions. I have added carrots. You can't see a whole bunch right now. And those 2 big garlic cloves, they've also been thrown into the pot. So we'll close that up. That's probably going to take about 30 minutes to cook on this fire. It's kind of a low fire. I like to keep it low just so you can keep an eye on the grain and check in on it every few minutes, 5-10 minutes. This farro has been boiling for 15 minutes now. I've got some vegetable stock, some corn, some thyme, and parsley that I'm going to be adding to the pot now. So we'll create some tasty new flavors. You can see that the farro is nearly cooked, and it's been 15 minutes. So we'll add some seasoning. Add some seasoning to this. My favorite vegetable stock is Vegeta, but you can use any kind of soup-based stock, like beef or chicken. This just gives it a little bit more flavor. And then I've got corn kernels here. Mostly just for color, but it's pretty healthy too. All right, so it looks like that's gonna need another 10 minutes to cook. I'm back at the fire and the farro is now cooked. It's been 25 minutes boiling on this fire. I'm going to put the pork chops on the grill to sear, and I'll add some almonds to the farro just to let them cook for a little bit before we transfer them to the bigger pot. So here are our butterflied pork chops. This grill's been sprayed with Pam, and it's been preheating the whole time that the farro's been cooking on the fire. Up. Okay. Perfect. So we'll let those cook for about 5 minutes before we turn them over. I've got my almonds handy here. Dump these into the farro. Give it a little stir. It's looking pretty tasty, pretty nutritious. Perfect. Give that a few minutes, come back to it, transfer it into the bigger pot. The pork chops are starting to look delicious. I just took a little peek and there's some searing action going on, so I'm going to flip them or open them up. Beautiful. Take a look at that. So there are seasonings all over, so every bite of these chops is going to be tasty. Flip that over. Perfect. We'll let that grill for a little bit longer, but not too long. It's pretty easy to overcook pork. Now, our farro is pretty much done. So I'm just going to transfer it over to this wide pan, and I'll put some olive oil on it first, just to make sure that it doesn't stick too much. It probably will stick to some degree. Beautiful. That will dry up any extra moisture that's still remaining in the pasta or the grain rather. That will dry up any extra moisture that's still remaining in the grain. Almonds and the corn in there. It's going to be a very rustic and nutritious dish. The pork chops cooked really quickly on the grill, which is nice. The farro is pretty much done. I'm going to be adding these diced beets to the farro. We don't really want them to cook too much, but we do want them to cook a little bit and to get warm. So I will just sprinkle these in. Stir it up a little. The key is to not turn everything pink. Excellent. Now I've got some soft, unripened goat cheese. I'm going to be adding that to the farro next. Beautiful. This will add a nice creamy texture to this dish. Goat cheese and beets pair very nicely together. Break it up a little. Perfect. Okay. So our pork chops are done. I'm going to add them to this dish. Bring that over to the table for serving. Got a great presentation. And it's a one-dish wonder, I guess. Bon appetit.